Hi there, this is James Tripp. This is the Hypnosis Without Trance blog. I have something to share with you that's a little bit different from usual, a little bit off the beaten track, but it's something nonetheless that affords me the opportunity to discuss certain principles of hypnosis in an interesting and unusual context. So let's have a look at it first, then we'll discuss it afterwards. This is the haunted key.
It's about getting the energy to go in. It sometimes takes some time. You have to do this with a metal object because obviously that's much more conductive, but just watch the end, okay?
Oh my God!
Okay, so what was that? What on earth was going on there? Well, interestingly enough, you may be surprised to hear this, but it wasn't anything to do with chi or chi energy. What you've actually just watched there is a piece of hypnosis. Specifically, it's a piece of self-hypnosis. What you've just seen there is a video of me hypnotizing myself to believe something, and then that thing that I've hypnotized myself to believe has manifested in reality, so to speak. Now, this is not as far out as it might sound. If you have the free report, Hypnosis Beyond the Trance Myth, the Hypnosis Without Trance report, you will already have encountered the concept of the hypnotic loop. And also in there I discuss ideodynamics, and specifically here, this is an example of ideomotor, an ideomotor phenomenon. So what is it that you've just seen? Well, what I'm doing in this video is I'm placing a key on my hand and I'm going into a reality in which I believe that I can move that key using chi energy. So what I'm doing in a way is I'm setting up a hypnotic loop within myself. I'm going into this reality where I see it and I believe, so remember, belief is at the top of the hypnotic loop. I believe that I can move that with the power of my chi or with the power of my mind. And I just get in there and I believe it and I will it to happen. So then the next stage in the hypnotic loop is kicked off, imagination. I go into that experience and I imagine it fully and I imagine it vividly. And as I imagine it fully and as I imagine it vividly, the next stage of the loop kicks off. And what I get is a physiological response, micro muscle movements. Now, if I tried to simulate this by just kind of moving my muscles in a certain way, I wouldn't have that fine level of control that I can have outside of consciousness. So it's a kind of subtle, indirect way of getting something by going into the reality. So I get this physiological response and the key starts to move. I see the key move, the people around see the key move, and everybody starts to respond. I start to respond. So it feeds back into my belief, into their belief, into the reality that's being created in the moment. And the loop reinforces, the loop perpetuates itself further and accelerates, and the key turns in my hand. Now, isn't that a crazy thing? Isn't that a mad thing that you could do that to yourself? You can put yourself into a reality where you can get an ideomotor effect happening in a way that actually makes for a very entertaining demonstration. On another level, above that, in the moment I framed it up as a chi thing. And if you've seen the no-fail protocol, you know I talk about energy framing for hypnosis, not usually for self-hypnosis, which this is an example of. But it provides a useful frame and it provides a buy-in. And if you do this sort of thing as a part of a hypnosis routine and you're using the energy frame, you can then go on to do things with people like getting their hands to lift, doing drop backs and things that also utilize this energy that you've just created some buy-in for. So it can be very congruent within that frame from a performance perspective. And I'm talking about performance hypnosis or hypnomentalism here. So that's it, the haunted key, a little performance piece that utilizes self-hypnosis, utilizes me taking myself, or you if you're doing it, taking yourself into a hypnotic loop and allowing something to happen, allowing an ideomotor phenomenon to manifest. It's a wonderful thing, it's a great performance piece, it's an awful lot of fun to play with and experiment with. Let me know how you get on. If you're new to doing this, have a play, give me some feedback. You can always put your comments on the blog here below. I'd love to hear from you. Take care.
Just watch the end, okay?